Hey guys, welcome back to RonMan Gaming. I'm RonMan, and today I actually want to talk about something that's been on my mind, and that is, will I play video games forever? So I've been thinking a lot about this lately, about, will I play video games for the rest of my life? And I want to know what you guys think about this. And throw that down in the comments below. But I've been thinking about, will I play video games for the rest of my life? And the quick answer is yes. I think that I would play video games, until I die. I've been playing games my whole life. My mom told me that I picked up the NES controller at the age of 2. Now, she was a gamer before I was born, so we always had the NES. And I just had this really strong fascination with video games, like it's from like a super young age. Like my brother was a gamer too. Well, not really. He played games with me and with the family, but he wasn't like a true gamer where I was. Like I was just always thinking about video games, and I was always looking forward to video games, and that was like the thing that made me happy. And I've played them my whole life. And I started with the NES, and I got the Super Nintendo for my 5th birthday. And throughout the years, I always got the next console. I had the 64, I got a GameCube, I had the Wii, I got the Wii U, and the PlayStation as well. I had the PlayStation, I had the PS2, the PS3, and even right now I have a Nintendo Switch, I have a PS4, I have an Xbox One S. It's just my Blu-ray player, honestly. But I'm an old school gamer, but I'm also a modern gamer. I'm very much up to date on what's going on right now with newer games. But actually less so than I was for the last generation. So for the last console generation, like the 360 and the PS3, that was the first generation where I was an adult for the whole thing. When that 360 had come out, and don't quote me on this, I think it was 2005, I was working. I had a job, I had money, I went out and bought one. I paid a fucking fortune for it, but I got Oblivion and Dead Rising, and I think next year sometime I got the PS3, and I also got the Wii. So I was constantly buying games for all 3 of those consoles, and I did that throughout the whole generation. Now I was like, and truth be told, like during the last generation, I didn't play as much retro at the beginning. Like I didn't become a game collector until 2009, 2010 or so. So for those, like, those first few years, like the Wii and the PS3, like I just only bought new games. And, now, I still do that, but I do it a lot less. Like for the most part, I buy mostly Nintendo stuff. I said most way too much right there. Like I get a lot of stuff for the Switch. If there's a game that comes out for all 3, I usually get it for the Switch. There's a few stuff for PS4 I got the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I got Resident Evil 3. So I do, but I also play a lot of old stuff for my channel too. Like I review NES games, as you know. But yeah, I've slowed down with newer stuff, and I'm mostly collecting the older stuff. And my favorite is the older stuff. Like my favorite is the NES and the Super NES. But during last generation, I bought everything. Any game that came out that even seemed kind of cool, I would walk over to the EB Games. That's what we have here in Canada. And I'd buy it, like day one, full price. I lived with a buddy, and him and I would walk over all the time. He's a gamer, and we would buy stuff brand new day one. I remember he bought Dante's Inferno day one, and he was disappointed because the game was over in a flash. Like it was so quick, and he's like, "Fuck, I paid $90 for this." But that's what we did. But I've slowed down considerably. Like I don't buy any PS4 games new, minus a few. Like I bought Resident Evil 3 new, I bought Final Fantasy VII Remake new, but outside of that, like I don't buy brand new PS4 games. And the reason is they come out after tax here in Canada, they're $90, and half a year later those games are down to nothing. Like I remember when Horizon Zero Dawn came out, I was like kind of thinking that looks kind of cool, not gonna buy it. Breath of the Wild had just come out, so I got that. And eventually when I did pick up Horizon Zero Dawn, I got the definitive edition for $20. So a much better price, but I still haven't even played it, so why did I even buy it? So I've slowed down a little bit with buying new stuff lately, and I just kind of feel like, you know, when the future finally goes all digital, that's when I'll just stop being a modern gamer. Now, I'm not against digital. I don't like digital, but that's only because I'm a collector. The digital is great. There's so many benefits to digital. It's, you know, way more convenient for many reasons, but that's just not me. I like to actually own things, because if I do buy a game that sucks ass, I can sell it. Like I bought, I'm not saying this game sucks ass, but I bought Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I'm not a Pokemon fan, by the way, but I thought maybe I could get into this because I played Pokemon Go. I thought that was okay, so I got this game, and I just couldn't get into it. And if I had downloaded it, I would have just been out $90. But since I bought it physically on Black Friday, I was able to sell it, and I actually made a profit on it, so that was kind of cool. But that's just one benefit of buying physical. But for me, I just like to, you know, have them. I like to collect things. That's just who I am. So I think when the future finally goes digital only, you know, I'm not upset. I don't think I'm going to be upset. I used to think about it and be upset, but I think that's when I'll just put on the brakes and just play what I have. I mean, clearly I have lots of video games here. I'll even just move my camera a bit so you can kind of see. I'll just try to move it a little bit more. I have quite a bit of shit, like not nearly as impressive as other YouTubers, but I'm just gonna try to get that. But I think that's when I'm just gonna kind of put on the brakes and play what I have, because right now I have a backlog. I see it as two backlogs. I have a backlog of games I have yet to play, and this is including new games and old games. And I have a backlog of games that I have played and I love and I want to replay. So yeah, it just kind of got me thinking about how long will I truly be a gamer. And, you know, I would like to for the rest of my life, and I hope to live a long life because I love my games so much that I love to spend time with them. Like when I play games, I think I interpret them differently than some people. Like when I play, you're just going to throw out a game like Chrono Trigger. To me, I'm not just playing Chrono Trigger. To me, I'm in the world of Chrono Trigger. And I love that. I love the music, the graphics. I just like being in the world. And same with, like, you know, Super Mario 3. When I turn on Mario 3, I'm not just playing Mario 3. To me, I'm in the Mushroom Kingdom. And I think that I've always interpreted games that way, which is why I've been really attached to them since a really young age. And I get that not everyone feels that way with games. But for me, yeah, I think just when we go all digital, no problem. I think I'm just going to put on the brakes and focus on what I actually love. And what I actually love is the NES, the Super NES. And I like other consoles too. I really like the Genesis. The Master System is great. The 64 is pretty cool. And so I think I'm just going to kind of focus on that. So anyway, I just want to hear your thoughts on this topic, because it's kind of a weird one. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it yet. So I'd love to hear what you say. Please leave it in the comments below. Please give a like if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next week. I will see you next week. I won't actually see you since I don't see, but if you comment, I'll see you.